Hello everyone, this is Food is a Conversation Alumni Edition. I am super happy about today's speaker, one of the youngest so far, and this is the 21st session we have actually over the 10, 11 weeks, I think. So these conversations are to introduce the members of our ecosystem, so the ecosystem of the Future Food Institute, who participated on any of the educational programs. What educational programs are we talking about? It can be the Food Innovation Master Program, the summer schools. Hi, Mickey.
Hi.
Nice to see you. I quickly finish the introduction and then we can start with you.
Okay.
So I was about to list the educational programs. Yes, so the Food Innovation Master Program, different summer schools over the past years, or the boot camps, what is a joint project with FAO and the Institute. This is actually a very timely matter because in less than 2 weeks we are kicking off the digital version of the boot camps. So I encourage everyone to go over to the Future Food Academy website and check out the details. You still have a few days to apply. So if you want to be featured on one of these conversations, you just have to apply and start the bootcamp in July. So these conversations happen twice a week. Tuesdays and Thursdays. We make sure that we have morning and evening sessions to cover all of the different time zones because our alumni are located ahead and behind GMT, of course. And I kindly ask everyone, if you have questions during this session, don't hesitate to post it in the chat. We will make sure to answer it. And what else you need to know? It will be a very casual conversation about experiences, mainly learning experiences, and about our connection to food. So without any further ado, Mikey, please introduce yourself so the audience also know who is this handsome, beautiful man with a beautiful background who I am talking to right now.
Hi, I'm Nikki. I'm 13 years old, and in September I will start the 8th grade.
Perfect. And where are you based right now with this beautiful blue sky?
I'm in Sardinia,
Oh,
but I'm born in Bologna.
very nice, very nice. So I actually had the privilege or the luck to meet Mickey in person in 2018 when I was following the Food Innovation Master Program. And that's why I also know that he had attended multiple different events what was organized by the Institute, let it be hackathons or boot camps, or even joined us on the global mission at some stages. I still remember when we had that beautiful lunch in India together at Elizabeth's family.
Yes.
Yeah, so Mickey had the chance to have all these learning experiences from a very young age on. So if you could tell me, how do you think this shaped your view or your view to life and to your future?
It changed a lot because when you in India, you go from a place to another, you can see all the different style of life of the person there. And after, you can see how lucky we are to be here, to like it's not before maybe it was obvious to be born in a very nice family and like that. There it's not obvious. So it makes you think a lot.
Yeah, that's very true. And how do you think that all these things what you experience, like you saw different food cultures, you saw different
Yes.
people trying to make innovation all over the world, and then in the same time you are going to school and you learn with your fellow students. Is there something what you think this could add it to your studies, and is that something what you could share with your the other students?
Actually, when in our school we do like some projects, mm, put we like decide our groups and like that. Usually I'm like not always what they think. Like I think in another way. So what maybe that and you can see it sometimes because when you go in Iceland and you see all the sheep like that, it's a different experience than staying in the city. So
Definitely.
it's a very nice thing.
What would you recommend? So if you could have this thing to recommend to teachers or schools, which elements would you like them to involve in the education from like first grade on?
Maybe they should like not change what they are teaching, but teach it in another way,
Yeah, that's
in a way that the kids like are happy to learn this normal subject,
yeah.
and maybe do like some examples that are not always the same examples, but different examples.
Yeah. And also this experiential way of learning to take you to meet a farmer or take you to meet someone who
Yes,
is
sure.
doing certain sustainable fishing, for example.
Yes,
And it could be easily transferred into the education. And you don't necessarily need to go to different, like far away, because
yes,
especially in Italy, you have so many things in your immediate surrounding, but would help you to
yes,
connect. Definitely. So I heard that last year you followed the entire boot camp in New York. So,
yes.
because this is something what I also said to the audience, we are about to kick off. Can you tell me a bit more about that experience? How was the whole week? Who did you meet? What did you do?
It was a very nice experience because we were in Brooklyn, and I remember that we went in a lot of nice places. Like I remember the farmer, the two-prop farmer, that he has this farm of grapes on the top of a building.
Yes.
That was one of the nicest things that I see. Then we went to the UN.
Hmm.
It was very nice, that experience.
Yeah. And what about the projects, what you or the activities, what you had to do with the fellow students? Because I think,
Oh yes,
yeah.
we made pasta with the
Oh,
coffee,
the coffee
the
grind.
sort of,
Okay.
yes, the coffee grind. Um, yes, we did a lot of nice things
Interesting.
together.
So I also know that a lot of it is a very important matter nowadays are the sustainability development goals. And
Yeah.
all of the boot camps are also kind of built around these goals. So can you remember what kind of pledges and actions were the others or yourself kind of shaping during that
All right.
week?
My my goal was to eat less meat because I like a lot meat. And actually, this year we are eating less meat in our family.
Interesting. So, just to repeat, because I'm not sure if everyone could hear it. So, Mickey's pledge or
Yes,
like action plan was that he will consume less meat over the near future, and they already took action on that, and the family is eating less. And that brings me to a point that you also had the chance to try some of these plant-based meat alternatives, right?
yes,
What
beyond meat.
yeah, exactly. What is your opinion about them?
I think that it's very nice because you can eat meat, but it's not meat. So it's very nice, and I think in the close future, it will become so realistic that you won't even feel the difference from a Beyond Meat to meat normal meat.
Yeah, definitely. We also had, I remember our graduation in 2018 December, we didn't only have the burger patties, but we also had, I think it was lasagna, what was prepared with the meat, and maybe even tortelli, or meatballs, definitely meatballs. I remember we
Yes,
had that on the menu. Yeah.
yes.
And can you remember maybe what other actions did the other participants in the boot camp promise to themselves by any chance?
Like my brother was to go by himself at school because before my parents would take him, and actually this year he goes a lot by himself.
Very nice.
And my mother's was uh, to keep the house more cold because obviously you pollute by um, heating your house. So she was hers was to um, keep the house like less more cold, but to put maybe a sweatshirt or things like that.
I understand, to use less, not necessarily.
And air conditioner. Yes,
Exactly. That's perfect. And that's also the great example to show to others. You do not need to think always with huge actions, which are kind of stopping you to make a difference, because there are also small things what you can implement in your daily life and still contribute to a better and sustainable future. So I would like to ask you, what are your plans? Because you mentioned you are starting eighth grade in September. And how does Mickey's future look like?
uh, actually this year we are not thinking about do a lot of not travel around the world because the pandemic, and it was right, and it is right to stay in Italy a little bit. And in September, I will go to the boot camp in Palica.
Very good. I'm looking forward to meet you there. I am super excited about that. And then in terms of your studies, after you finish with middle school, do you have any idea what you would like to do or
Um,
experience?
no, I don't know what to do.
Okay,
Yes,
that's also fine. I don't think you need to definitely
yes.
decide about that right now. Okay. Can you tell me maybe that over the past weeks when you were in lockdown, obviously it's a different way of consumption. You cannot always go just so easily to the supermarket, but there are also different
Yes,
solutions. Could you see any difference in the way how you were eating over the past weeks?
yes, because during the normal year, the lunch I eat at school, and in this day, the lockdown, I ate with my family at home, and we cooked a lot more because usually once or twice a week we would go out or maybe order something at home
That's nice.
and things like that.
Yeah. And now that you mentioned the food at school, that you usually, like when you go to school, then you have lunch there. Can you tell
Yes.
me a bit about that? How is the canteen experience, the mensa in your
Uh,
school?
Actually, our school has biological products,
Very good.
and it's very good, our canteen.
Very nice. And do you think it's diverse and it's like a lot of vegetables and plant-based food and so on?
Yes, yes. We don't we eat meat, but not a lot.
That's great. And is there anything in the school where they kind of teach you about the importance of these things?
Actually, yes, because in the science class we are doing you don't know if the Stephen Reed, the tower plants. We're doing
Nice.
plants of towers of plants, and every day we need to water them and things like that.
Oh, that's an amazing experience. in school. And that also brings me to the point, if you would like to learn more about Stephen Ritz, who Mickey just mentioned, he is running the Green Bronx Machine, and we will have a conversation tonight with him, if I'm not mistaken, at 6:30 p.m. Central European Time. So dial in if you want to know more about these plant towers and how education can bring kids in cities, especially closer to the food origin. So that's such a nice example. I wish my school would have something like this when I was going to school. So we are about to approach to my final questions. If you could dream about the future, what is your preferred future? How would that look like? And you can go wild. It can be completely utopistic. What would you like to see?
I think a world like this is okay, but without all the conflicts and the pollution that there is. Like, it's changing the lifestyle, but not changing the world.
Yeah.
It's very simple. Like, it's not so simple, but it could be possible.
Yes, I do agree with you. I think in Iceland, especially, people grow up in an environment where they learn whatever you
Yes,
see and you go to nature, you don't take from there and you also don't leave there anything which was not there before. If we would have this mentality with us, you are completely right. We don't need to change
yes,
the world. We need to change ourselves and how we behave to
yes.
make it a more livable place. Well, Mickey, thank you so much. This was so insightful, and I now hope that everyone can see how cool these boot camps are, and they should just come and we will help them to find what can be their action in the future. And I really hope to see you in September. Oh, we have a fan already here, I can see. Of course, no problem. Please join the other conversations and also the one tonight. And enjoy Sardinia and say hi to your family.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Bye
Bye.
bye.